Hi, I'm Rob, and in this Gems of War video I'm going to show you a few different team options for this Magic Mirror World event. The first thing you should do is always grab your rewards from the rewards section. The reason is you do this event with your guild mates and they may have started before you and as such would have collected some of these arcane tokens and other stuff, so you should always grab these absolutely straight away. Like that. And we've got arcane tokens already, you see, so we can now evolve this to a badge. Make sure you equip this in your medals section. Let's find the badge. There it is. This is a spell damage team, so this is going to increase the spell damage with that arcane badge equipped. And go back to your event and get ready to do the damage. Right, next thing, I always grab tier 1 from the shop. This means you get a potion of enchantment, which means all your troops are going to start enchanted for the entirety of this event, which is a week-long event. So this is well worth that 30 gems on its own. We'll grab that, you get some load of extra stuff at the same time. More tokens, extra sigils, and more besides. Now there is a really half-decent weapon at the end of tier 4. It's pretty reasonable. I do like the way this works. Mirror shield. It's pretty nifty. It's in the Soul Forge at the moment, so it is actually probably better to get it this way, especially if you're gonna do the event to this level anyway. By tier 4 you will eventually get it effectively for nothing if you were going to buy tier 4 anyway, so a much better way to obtain that weapon if you go that far. Right, onto the fight itself. Here are the starting troops. I'll just leave the screen there for a moment showing the scores for each one. We'll start with the Great Wyrm, why not? Right, my first starting team is a really easy team, particularly if you're a newer player. Midge Swarm is a low level troop, really easy to get, and if you can chuck 3 of them in the team then you're going to do quite a lot of damage overall, because this deals scatter damage to all enemies twice. Now, the cool thing about scatter damage is it actually scales in power the more enemies that get killed, because basically you do the same amount of damage, but with, say, 1 less opponent, that damage is then magnified across 3. With 2 less opponents, that damage is magnified across 2, and so it goes on. So basically, 3 of these is going to do a lot of damage, and we're going to use the Obsidian Libram to get things charged up. It explodes a load of gems and has a summon at the same time. You can play this safer a little later on if you like by moving it further down the order. It doesn't actually need to be in first place, it's just better initially because you get brown or purple and you're going to get this thing charged up really fast, and the brown doesn't mana block the Midge Swarms. We're in Geomancer class for this. The banner is going to be +2 brown, +1 green, -1 blue. And Geomancer, because we have this lovely 50% star, which is really nice, as well as 50% skull reduction. And the main talent trees will be Serendipity, Anti-Magic Sphere, Tactician, don't need a mana source because we start with 50% anyway, Rock Solid, and a Tree of Knowledge. What's really cool about this weapon is in the upgrade path to it, I can just show that. It gets enchanted when it casts, so this thing is going to get charged a lot. You're going to get it charged initially because of the 50% start. You get green, you're going to start enchanting it, and it's when you cast, it's going to get enchanted. So this is going to get charged really fast. So and it does an extra 5 scatter damage. If you don't have that weapon, just grab any other weapon which does explode, because you want to get the Midge Swarms charged up really quickly. So just type in explode into your search bar and you'll see all the weapons you have which do explode, and you'll get 50% star on any of them. So really easy. Let's start with this and I'll show some new teams after the first set of battles, or the first few at least. We'll get this purple, that's an extra turn, and that is charged. That's charged a couple of them up, and no need to do 2 lots of damage because the first lot for quite a while is going to wipe the enemy out pretty easily. I'll just show this literally 4 or 5 times before moving on to the next one and showing a alternative team. You just charge up your weapon, which does the explodey stuff, and you cast the Midge Swarm. And repeat. Get more sigils. Chief Dargon's here now. Grab purple, charge the team, cast away. Obviously based on your magic level this, so it's good to get that arcane what's it badge straight away, as well as chuck a couple of nicer medals on there if you have them. It's going to increase the damage output of your Midge Swarms. I have to be so careful when I say that. Don't know what I got that for. Or that. Should have just got that and be done with it, really. Slower charge, but it is what it is. Would have helped if I collected what I needed to at the start, rather than collecting 4 or 5 matches, which were kind of irrelevant. They're like addictive though, aren't they? You see them there and it's like sometimes you can't resist them, even though you don't actually need it, or even use that colour sometimes. It's just like, it's a 5 match, I have to get it. You're drawn towards it like a magnet and you can't be stopped. Euryali has appeared. Euryali. No, not. I am quite clearly the truth. You can see I am here. Start enchanted, so everybody will get charged pretty quick anyway. This team may go further into this than I anticipated. I've put this in as a really easy beginner team, if you like. But because of the way it works, casting the Midge Swarms twice, like that once, twice, and the other ones are going to be charged up in no time. Should actually get more charged up at once, really, because of the mana blocking that they do to each other. But we can cast another one anyway, just to give the other ones something to do. Can't have all these midges swarming around doing nothing. Keep yourself busy. Do the higher level opponents. Right, I'll just do this one more time, then I'll show an alternative, because there are other ways of going about this at the same time. You can get double green there like that to speed up the progress of the casting, and then cast the second one. Job done. Right, that should be good for a decent amount of time, especially when you get your arcane badge whatnot charged up. Let's take a look at a different team. Alright, I've jumped forward a few stages before I show my second team. Second team is working similar to the last one, but in a different kind of way. We've still got our exploding mana generating weapon in first place, whichever one you decided to choose. I do like this one. You can move it further down in order if you want to protect it, because obviously it is the one which has the summon. But the way this works is with 3 lots of Willow, this has multiple decent effects, which really quite handy. First of all, Willow destroys a row. Destroying a row is better than destroying a column. When you destroy a column, you can't possibly predict what is going to come down from that and make a match. When you destroy a row, you can create skull hits from that. You can destroy a row which takes out a gem, which then creates a 4 match and things like that. So destroying a row definitely is better than destroying a column. And we do damage to all enemies at the same time. Now with 3 Willows, all beast allies gain 2 attack and life on 4 or 5 gem matches. So with 3 of these, this becomes gain 6 attack and life on 4 or 5 gem matches, which boosts the survivability of this team. And yeah, and it's pretty straightforward, very similar to the last team. We're just going to charge up our weapon, use that to charge the team, and kill stuff. Have we got purple? Yes, we have. Cast that. you're a higher level player, this weapon is going to just destroy the whole board every single time. Really good. And when you get to this stage, you can cast that obviously absolutely straight away. One charge is going to be sufficient. As we jump forward, we're now on a level 44 Euryali. We get to the point where you need to cast 2 of the Willows. But the cool thing about these kind of teams is, remember that as the week goes on and as your guild progresses through the rewards, the magic, the damage of these is going to be increased, because your badge is going to be eventually upgraded to a medal, which is going to do 160% spell damage, which means the damage output of these things is going to go basically through the roof. We'll cast that first, because ideally we want to get the second Willow near charged. Might as well get that anyway for that life boost on our Willows. Cast 1 Willow. We don't need to actually look out for stuff at the moment, because a couple of casts of these is going to do the job. Look at this situation here, you see that skull in the middle there? If we took out this row and you still needed to do a cast afterwards to win the game, you can cast Willow on this row here, that'll take out that skull and give you 4 match at the same time, which is super handy. Dawnbird, you're going to have to wait. Let's do a 94 level Chief Dargon. Nice 4 match at the beginning. As you see, when we do this, our life and attack isn't going to go up by 2, it's going to go up by 6, because it's 3 of these Willows, which means you get 3 lots of the effect. So if you take a look at the attack and life, gone up by 6 on all beasts, which is all of our Willows. Now we use this to cast and charge up our troops. Let's become enchanted automatically. Get brown when you can, because all our troops use brown. May as well cast that again, because in an ideal world we'll get the other ones charged up. Now again, this is where Willow really comes in handy with these gargoyle gems. You can use Willow on a row which has got the gargoyle gem in it. Blast that and we get those positive status effects. May as well cast this again, because we have to get charged. Again, Willow really handy here. We can take out this row here, get a skull match at the same time. So we choose this row here. On the far left hand side, an extra bonus skull match. Super useful. Do you like troops that destroy a row? There we go. Anywhere will do. More event sigils. I'll keep doing the higher level one just to show how well the team works when things start to get trickier. But like I say, eventually, because your guild is doing this whole thing, then you're going to eventually get the medal for this event. And as such, we'll end up doing 160% spell damage. So even if you used the first team I showed, that Midge Swarm one, then you'll be boosted on that. And as well as that, on this team, you'll get the same boost. Just make sure you apply the medal. The game does warn you or suggest that you should do that anyway, which is kind of it. They could say nothing and that you struggle, I suppose. No real benefit to taking out any particular row here, but more browns that get taken out, the better. We can take out that row first. I was going to say, and if they didn't take that one there was a 4 match on brown we could have got, but we can do a similar effect here. If we take out this row here, we're going to get 2 lots of green matches by doing this, which is pretty handy. Charging up the Willows nice and fast. Which row should we do this time? There's no real benefit, we're going to kill him anyway, so. But yeah, on the levels where you haven't killed them, that is definitely worth a little look around, see which is the best row to take out. Just do a few more, because this is just all it's going to be. It's going to be pretty straightforward. May as well get these, get the boost on life. Good habit to get into. Never have too much life. That was quite nice. And what can we do? What can we do? Alright, let's just do that. Because we need the third one charged up, you see, really, because we're going to have to cast at least 3 times, so we can do that. That'll be ready in good time now. Cast the second one. Take a look around at things like this, which are going to give you some more brown. And anywhere, we're going to win anyway. So nice and straightforward and easy. And what's not to like about easy? Oh, we've run out of sigils, so that will do for now, because that is how the team's going to work. It's going to get boosted up as you play the game more and you undo your rewards. Gems, Orb of Chaos, and another Arcane token. Give me my Orb of Growth. Orb of Wisdom. It was 50-50. It's either going to be an Orb of Wisdom or an Orb of Growth. It usually is. Sometimes you get lucky and you get something else. But, yep, there's my team for that event. It's going to be really straightforward and easy to use. You can see how your guild's doing at the same time. Who's being busy and who's not being busy. Sometimes people crack on with this later on, so don't always look at people thinking, well, you're not doing anything. You know, sometimes people do these things in the middle of the week. All good, as long as they do their bit in the end. We'll grab these extra levels as we go along, because I want that mirror shield, and it's better to get it this way than it is to spend diamonds in the Soul Forge. There's a video. If you found it in any way useful or helpful, be really cool if you hit that like and subscribe button, because that really does help. And it makes me happy. And you want me to be happy, don't you? It's a good thing. But most of all, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you again next time. Bye for now.